What is up? I'm coming at you guys with a update to my tires. There hasn't been a whole lot of information out on the web on these tires for a while, and I ended up getting a really good deal on them, so I figured even though they weren't reviewed too much, I might as well try them out. For the price that I got them for, I spent about a little over $700 on the whole set of them, so it was a great deal. I ended up trying them. So right now I'm at about 1,500 miles in there, which I figure was enough to make at least the first part of the update. So these are the Cepek Extreme Countries in 35 12.5 R15s. They are a C-rated tire, which is a little light for this truck. This truck is technically a K20 badged. It's got a 3/4 ton suspension on it, but it has half-ton axles on it from the previous owner. So it's lighter than it should be, plus with all the rust and everything like that. It actually still comes out to being within these tires' weight limits. I'm just never going to tow with this truck anyway, other than a little bit of recovery situations, which wouldn't necessarily be towing. It'd just be pulling somebody out, which I've already done before and I haven't had an issue. Only other thing that I'd have to deal with that is making sure to check the balancing every once in a while. But let's get into these tires here. At about 1,500 miles, I've just begun to start seeing a little bit of wear on them. Now, for probably the first 800 plus miles, it was just getting rid of the, it was completely shiny smooth, still even had some of these little hairs on there for a while, up until about 600 to 800 miles, and that's with, I'm primarily driving on really rough blacktop. I mean, it's more or less tar chip is what it is. Tar chip and gravel roads for the majority of it. So this is some pretty hard wear on these tires, and these are the front tires, so they're going to be getting extra wear because of the turns. So at 1,500 miles, I'm just now starting to get a little bit worn off on the top, little top layer of skin, if you will, coming off there. And it's just starting to get a bit of a rougher texture, and you can see a little bit of rounding on these corners here, a little bit of pitting, but it's really not too bad, especially because I'm running this vehicle on some pretty rough surfaces, and otherwise they've been great. Now that's just because these are on the front and they're getting that extra wear from the rotation, or not rotation, but the turning and everything like that. Here on the back, the wear is significantly less. The lugs feel a lot smoother to the touch, and there's a lot, or significantly less rounding on the edges. See, they've still got really sharp corners on everything. And I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to rotate, but it's going to be somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 miles, just because I want to really keep up with my tire rotations. But yeah, you can see they're still running good. Now, performance, I have absolutely no complaints about the performance whatsoever. These are a great mud terrain tire that I'm taking them on a little bit of mud, but not a ton. I've only been in four-wheel drive, or had to be in four-wheel drive twice, and really that was more just out of security because I was on some pretty steep hills and I wanted to make sure I had all the traction that I could, just so I didn't do any sliding. But yeah, off-road, haven't really put them through super serious paces, but I haven't slipped once on these off-road, especially with the correct tire pressures and four-wheel drive. It wasn't an issue. These would be a great tire for that. But where I think these tires really shine is on the road, surprisingly enough, for a mud terrain. You can tell they've got, I'd hesitate to call this siping, but they've got these extra grooves in here that work a lot like siping, so on. Oh, sorry guys. Got these extra grooves here, and they work really well at just grabbing onto the road, especially slick blacktop whenever it gets wet or anything like that. And I've never really slid on these tires on any sort of pavement or blacktop or anything like that. I really haven't been an issue with it. Yeah, so what this is working out on here is it's going to work really great on that. I haven't noticed any performance issue, and what I love is the road noise. Now, usually on a mud terrain, you'd expect it to be really loud, really rough, and I haven't had that issue. The road noise on these has been comparable to a rough all-terrain. Like, I've had some pretty rough all-terrains, and these sound about on par with that. They really don't sound like a mud terrain. Like, yes, you will get tire noise, and if you've got an especially quiet ride, which I don't, you'll have an issue. But other than that, it really won't be too bad on the road noise. And then the only other thing I can think of is, oops, sorry about that, didn't mean to get in the camera there. Other than that, it's really been holding up well for 1,500 miles. We're going to have to see how they rotate, see how everything balances out. But so far, I couldn't be more pleased with these tires, and I really don't think that they should be getting any bad reviews or anything like that. But that's it for this video, guys. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. I'll see you on the next one.